Alright guys, how's it going? Before I get into this video, I just want to let you know I'll be live on here tonight at 6 o'clock UK time if you want to come along for a natter about all things LFC. Now, we're going to take a look at this article here, which interested me because it's about Konaté and it's talking about Real Madrid, how much they apparently are willing to pay for him in January. The reason it interests me is I obviously I'm in Spain and I follow the main Spanish football dailies here for you every day. So I saw this headline and thought, oh, have I missed something? I haven't, but we're going to take a look at it, see how it's been spun into this headline, and tell you where the claim came from, etc., etc. So I'm not going to read the entire article to you. I don't need to, because what they've done here, this is the website Davo and what they've done here is taken a few words out of an article from a Catalan outlet, which isn't a football news outlet at all, and they've spun it into this huge headline, which is obviously going to generate a lot of clicks. So the headline on here is how much Real Madrid are willing to pay for Ibrahima Konaté in January. The intro is Ibrahima Konaté and his contract situation at Liverpool has unfortunately caught the attention of Real Madrid. The article is published by someone called Liam McPherson. Okay, so we're going to take a look at it. I've got my notes here. I'll go through them. There's quite a bit to go over, to be honest with you. So basically, Davo Seacop's claim is Real Madrid to offer 40 million euros for Konaté in January. Now, I've submitted the entire article to Dave, my AI assistant, who's been trained to analyse football news articles, the authors that publish them, and the websites, newspapers, etc., that push them on us. And we have a log for davoseacop.com, so we can basically look at anything that they've claimed before, and we have all the history, if you like. And me and Dave, my AI assistant, we do that with every single outlet that we touch on in my videos here, and every journalist, etc., etc. So basically, Dave's come up with this analysis of the article. So the original source that they're citing, if you like, is an outlet called e-Noticies. Now, that won't be pronounced correctly. It will be in Catalan, a little bit different to Castellano, to Spanish. Basically, what is or who is e-Noticies? It's a Catalan digital publication focused primarily on politics, social affairs and opinion content, not football. It's not a specialist sports outlet and it's not considered a credible source for Real Madrid transfer information. Their football coverage is usually lightweight and speculative, often embedded within broader editorial pieces rather than hard news. And I think all this is relevant because, like if I was writing this for Cop Talk, my website behind you, coptalk.com, I would be doing the opposite of what they're doing, and spinning it into this big news article. I would be warning you, like I'm warning you now, like, hang on a minute, but they're not doing that. They see it as an opportunity to attract traffic to their website, right? So basically, what did they say, right? Now, the original outlet, it's been translated by Dave, and it was an article, a football-related article, but it wasn't an article exclusively about Konaté. So it was a little bit right at the footer of this article about other stuff. And it said as follows: Madrid are going all out for Ibrahima Konaté, Liverpool centre-back whose contract ends in June 2026. Konaté still hasn't renewed, and Madrid plan to offer 40 million euros in this upcoming winter transfer market. Now, as soon as I saw that, when I read the original source that made that claim, I was like, "The fuck are you talking about? Real Madrid wouldn't offer 40 million euros in the summer window just gone." If you remember, the credible outlets, let's say Jose Felix Diaz, the best journalist for Real Madrid, the closest journalist to Real Madrid, think Paul Joyce and Liverpool. He was saying Liverpool want 50 million euros to do business in the summer. Real Madrid only willing to offer maybe 20 million euros in the summer. So this outlet wants you to believe that Real Madrid would offer 40 million euros in January for a player who's out of contract in June, but they wouldn't offer that, in the summer gone. So surely this outlet here, which is supposed to be a Liverpool fan site, would be pointing that out to you. Like, hang on a minute, guys, it don't make fucking sense. Do you know what I mean? Right? So Dave says here, no quotes, no sources, no attribution, just one line of speculative text, not even the headline of their own article. What Dave O'Seacock did with it, Dave O'Seacock took that line and turned it into a full headline article, right? Real Madrid are planning to offer 40 million euros, which is 34.6 million pounds, for Ibrahima Konaté in the January transfer window. It's written by Liam McPherson, who regularly pushes out articles that follow the same format. Take a small foreign rumour, reframe it as a major story, and pad it with emotional filler and recycled speculation. This article is no different. And what's sad from my point of view is I've seen this article posted on the Dave O'Seacock X account on social media, and there's a lot of fans in there that have read it and are commenting and actually believe it. And maybe if, you're thinking, well, if Liverpool can get 34.6 million in January, that's a good bit of business. I think it's very misleading and wrong, to let people think that. So this is Dave's version. Let's see if I agree with this. Why the 40 million claim doesn't add up. Let's apply some basic football logic. Konaté's contract expires June 2026. As of now, September 25 is in the final year of his deal, meaning he can sign a pre-contract with another club from January 2026. Liverpool do risk losing him for free next summer if he doesn't renew. But why would Madrid pay 40 million in January when they could sign him for free just months later? They didn't bid last summer when he had more value. And they're famously patient. They waited on Mbappe, Alaba, Rudiger, and it does say traitor Trent here. It's not me. It's what he puts. There's no credible logic behind a 40 million euro mid-season bid. The story doesn't reflect how Madrid operate or how contract wind downs usually play out. So an article breakdown, word count and content quality. I like these bits when we do these. This article looks big, but how much of it is actually about the supposed news? So the word count breakdown, total words in that article, approximately 590. Words related to the actual Enotatheus claim, approximately 60. That's just 10% of that article is actually about the little bit of nonsense that they're citing. The rest of it is 250 to 300 words of recycled background on Konaté's contract and rule. 150 to 180 words of emotional framing and unsourced speculation, and 50 to 80 words of general filler like stats, match appearances, etc. This is classic blogger bingo. A vague claim plus emotional language plus buzzwords like shadow on the season, holding all the cards, Madrid don't want to upset Liverpool, etc. There's no verification, no supporting evidence, and no value added by Dave O'Seacock or McPherson, just packaging. The Trent Madrid blueprint reused again. You've seen this before, same structure, same playbook. Find a loose sentence in a Spanish publication, translate it, inflate it into a headline, run multiple follow-ups rewording the same point. It worked with them with Trent, but the difference is Trent's move was eventually backed up by credible journalists. In Konaté's case, there's no such confirmation yet. And certainly no 40 million euro January bid rumour from Marca, AS or Jose Felix Diaz. Although, obviously we do know that Jose, and the Madrid media are saying that it looks highly likely to happen. Jose Felix Diaz said in an informal live stream, if you like, I think he said, I can't remember his exact words, and so please don't quote me, but basically he'd be very surprised if it didn't happen, that kind of thing. In Marca, he hasn't gone that far. It's just more or less of this is what, the current state of play, if you like. I spoke to Jose last summer or whatever during, the Trent situation. I've got a lot of time for him, a lot of respect for him. Obviously, these journalists don't always publish things in the print editions until they've got, absolute nailed on stuff. But he doesn't shit lies, and I pay attention to him. And certainly his mood is that Konaté is holding out for Real Madrid and intends to go there. So, back to Dave. So while yes, Konaté may well end up at Madrid in 2026, That doesn't validate this article or its timing or number, meaning the figure. Day's final verdict, this is how you stretch a whisper into 600 words of clickbait. One vague sentence from a non-football Catalan outlet. No quotes, no sources, no follow-up reporting. Framed it as if it's a developing story with tension and insider knowledge. 90% of the article is fluff, filler and recycled drama from the Trent saga. It doesn't claim to be an exclusive. It can't do, obviously, because it's citing somebody else. But it's clearly framed to feel like insider news, just without any of the actual sourcing. This is another case of headline bait, ad revenue play, and zero substance. The story of this story about this is the closing. This story about Madrid offering 40 million for Konaté in January. It's built on one vague line from a Catalan site that doesn't even specialise in football. No quotes, no Madrid press, and no sense in the number, especially when Madrid could just wait and get him on a free. The article itself is 90% fluff, and once again, it's Liam McPherson wrapping speculation in emotion to keep the traffic flowing. Konaté, might well end up in Madrid, but this claim isn't the story that proves it. And I think you guys, you follow my channel, you know the drill here. You know if there's anything to do with Konaté and Real Madrid from the right people that I will be telling you it. But what I want to do here, right, and people often say this to me in the comments, well, why are you touching on it, Dunk, if you know it's a load of shite? Because think of all those people on social media that are replying to that post about that. They don't know it's a load of shite. They're trusting somebody, right? And they don't have the author of this pointing out what I'm pointing out, saying it doesn't make sense. This is the actual claims, credible outlets. They could have quite equally have mentioned that in their article, but they haven't. But if you hear, or if people hear rumours of, well, Real Madrid are going to offer this in January, at least now my people can go, hang on a minute, Dunk told us and warned us about this. And that's what I try to do on here. So even though we touch on exclusives, and this isn't an exclusive, that is why we do it, because we know Football Insider, GiveMeSport.com, all the other shite, transfer, LFC transfer, whatever room and all that nonsense. At least you can see where the rumours start, because what happens is people read these, go on social media, these other accounts, because they're trying to make out they're in the know, and they're posting these claims, but nobody knows where they come from. But at least if you follow this channel or the Cop Talk VIP members website, you're going to know what's what. I personally think Konaté is going to Real Madrid. He will go next year. Obviously he can't go before then. Will there be a fee in January? Real Madrid might try it on in January, but I don't see any urgency on their part at the moment, and I think Liverpool would rather hold on to him. But yeah, never say never in football. If it was breaking news right now, that he's extended with Liverpool, would I be shocked? Yeah, I would be shocked actually. But I would, it's one of those things that happens in football. Sometimes things can change. If Real Madrid informed him today, or his agency, and said we're actually not going to follow up next year, and then he signed, would you believe it was because he was committed to Liverpool, or would you believe it's because Real Madrid had pulled out? So if I saw him signing a deal with Liverpool today, I'd be like, well, what fucking happened then? Because I'm convinced he wants to go there. All right, guys. So I'll leave you to it. I think we've had a good review of that article, and I hope I've managed to convey everything as informatively as I try to on here. All right. So if you enjoyed the video, if you did find it informative, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. If you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, there's a love out under the video. That's how you can support my channel. I don't clickbait. I certainly don't push fucking betting affiliations or any other affiliations, ball shaving products or anything. For people that are in a position to support the channel, they'll get me a beer or a coffee or something like that. I always give a shout out to those people in my morning briefings on my other YouTube channel, the Duncan Oldham channel, the link of which is in the video description, and it's also on the screen around about now as well. All right, guys, but listen, you can support this channel by thumbs up the video and dropping me a comment, all right, because that enables us to interact with each other and gives us something to talk about. All right, guys, cheers.